Hi everybody and welcome to English for Professionals. And if you've been here before, welcome back to the channel. So, as a business English coach, people often ask me to help them with presentations, meetings and emails. And of course, these are all very important skills for working in English, but what about small talk? If you can't make small talk with your English-speaking colleagues and customers, it will be difficult to build strong relationships. And we all know that strong relationships often lead to interesting opportunities. Small talk can help you to open doors. In this lesson, I'm going to share some of the best questions you can ask when making business small talk. We'll look at the following 6 topics: job, company, at the conference, hometown, food and drink, and office small talk. And before I forget, you can master all of the questions in this lesson and much more in my online course. I'll tell you more about that later. But now let's start with our first small talk topic, job. So imagine you meet someone new in a business setting. Here are some useful questions you can ask to find out about their job. And the first one is, what do you do? What do you do? This is the most common question to ask to find out what the person's job is. What do you do? Another very useful question you could ask is, where are you based? Where are you based? And here you're looking to find out the location, which town or which city. Where are you based? You could also ask, how long have you been with the company? How long have you been with the company? And if you're at an event and you know the person has traveled there, you could use this as a topic for small talk. Do you have to travel much for work? Do you have to travel much for work? And to show interest, you could ask about current projects. Are you working on anything interesting at the moment? Are you working on anything interesting at the moment? Or you could ask them what they like about their job. What do you like most about your job? What do you like most about your job? Or the challenges. What's the most challenging part of your work? What's the most challenging part of your work? And if it's not your first time meeting this person, use what you remember about them to ask questions and keep the conversation going. For example, are you still based in Madrid? Are you still based in Madrid? Or do you still work with Barbara Jones? Do you still work with Barbara Jones? Do you know any other useful small talk questions for this topic? Let me know in the comments. Now let's look at some questions we can ask to find out more about the company. First one, what exactly does your company do? What exactly does your company do? So here we're looking for more details about the company. Or, how many people does your company employ? How many people does your company employ? Or, how many people work for the company? How many people work for the company? Or you might be interested in where the headquarters are. Where are your headquarters? Where are your headquarters? Or, how old is the company? How old is the company? Another question you could ask is, what's the management like? What's the management like? So here you want to find out about management structure, hierarchy, or even about the individual managers. What are they like? What kind of people are they? If you meet someone you already know, you can ask these questions to show interest. How's business? How's business? Or, any big plans for next year? Any big plans for next year? So here you want to know if the company has anything significant planned, anything coming up. Maybe they are going to build some new offices. Maybe they're working on something really big. Any big plans for next year? You can also use information you know or news that you heard recently to ask questions. You had a great year last year, didn't you? You had a great year last year, didn't you? Or, you have a new CEO, don't you? You have a new CEO, don't you? So we've already seen some great questions for asking about the job and the company. And we can use these, for example, when we meet people at a conference. but we can also use the conference as a topic. Take a look at these examples. What a beautiful venue. Have you been here before? What a beautiful venue. Have you been here before? So the venue is the location, the place where the conference is taking place. And we can use that if it's particularly beautiful, a very modern building. Why not use that to start a conversation? What a beautiful venue. Have you been here before? Or maybe you find out that the other person is new in the city. It's their first time here at a conference in this city. You could ask, have you had a chance to look around the city? Have you had a chance to look around the city? Some other common questions you can ask for this topic are, where are you staying? Where are you staying? Most people who go to conferences don't live in the location where the conference is. So we often ask about hotels. Where are you staying? Or, do you go to many conferences? Do you go to many conferences? We can also use the different events or talks within the conference to start a conversation. For example, that last speaker made some very interesting points. That last speaker made some very interesting points. Now this isn't a question, it's a statement, but it will normally invite a response. You could add, what do you think? What do you think? So altogether, that last speaker made some very interesting points. What do you think? Or, is there a particular speaker you're looking forward to? Is there a particular speaker you're looking forward to? And of course, we don't only talk about business when we're making business small talk, we also talk about other things. And hometown is a really useful topic. If you know that the person lives and works in a different place to where they grew up or where they come from, you can ask, where are you from originally? Where are you from originally? And to show interest and find out more about the place, you can ask the simple question, what's it like? What's it like? And some other common hometown questions are, do you still have family there? Do you still have family there? Or, do you go back often? Do you go back often? You could also ask a general question about the place, like, is it expensive there? Is it expensive there? And don't forget, you can use what you know or what you remember about the person. You grew up in Barcelona, didn't you? You grew up in Barcelona, didn't you? Food and drink is another great topic, especially when you're actually in a restaurant, sitting, enjoying a meal with colleagues or customers. How often do you eat out? How often do you eat out? So to eat out is to actually eat in a restaurant, to not eat at home. How often do you eat out? Or what's the most popular dish from your country? What's the most popular dish from your country? Or you might want to ask about typical drinks. What do people like to drink? What do people like to drink? And there are lots of general questions about food or cooking you could ask. Have you ever tried craft beer? Have you ever tried craft beer? Or, do you like to cook? Do you like to cook? Or, do you have a sweet tooth? Do you have a sweet tooth? So, to find out if they like sweets, cakes, chocolates, do you have a sweet tooth? And again, if it's someone you already know, use what you know or what you remember. You like Mexican food, don't you? You like Mexican food, don't you? Or, you're a vegetarian, aren't you? You're a vegetarian, aren't you? The office is a great place for small talk. Now, I know not everybody likes making small talk, and a lot of people find it very difficult, but it really does help us to connect with people. Here are some really useful small talk questions to use with your colleagues in the office. We often ask about plans. Doing anything interesting tonight? Doing anything interesting tonight? Or, looking forward to the weekend? Looking forward to the weekend? Or we could talk about how busy or quiet it is. I can't believe how busy, or I can't believe how quiet it is today. I can't believe how busy, or I can't believe how quiet it is today. Now this is not a question, but it's usually something that will invite a response. And here's a very general, friendly question. How's your morning going so far? How's your morning going so far? Or maybe you think something is wrong with one of your colleagues. Maybe something's not right, so you can say, you look tired today. Is everything okay? You look tired today. Is everything okay? Another nice and friendly thing you can do to connect with your colleagues is to offer something. I'm just going to the shop to grab a sandwich. Do you want anything? I'm just going to the shop to grab a sandwich. Do you want anything? And here are two more questions you can use to make small talk at the office. For example, if it's been a very busy month, you could ask, have you done much overtime this month? Have you done much overtime this month? Or maybe there's someone new at the company and you could ask, what do you think of the new boss? What do you think of the new boss? If you know more great small talk questions we can use for the topics in this lesson, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to master all of these questions and much, much more, you should register for my online course. It's a self-paced course that will seriously boost your professional small talk skills in 12 weeks or less. Let me give you a look inside the course. When you sign up for the course and log in, this is what you see. On the top left, we have the course title and a progress bar. Over here, we have the introduction section with some different short videos to help you get started. Then we have the course modules. There are 12 in total, 10 skills modules and 2 review modules. The modules are carefully structured and each skills module focuses on a different conversation skill. Each week you'll get access to 2 new modules, and after all 12 have been published, you'll get access to 2 bonus modules each week for 5 weeks. That's a total of 22 modules. And now let's take a look inside the first skills module, starting the conversation. The interactive videos are always the first thing you'll see in each module. In this one, we have 7 videos. The first one focuses on starting a conversation with a good friend. Then we have starting a conversation with a colleague at work. Next is with a former colleague you haven't seen in a long time. Then we have a great example of how to start a conversation in a formal business situation. Let's take a look inside this one. At the start of each video, I give a very short introduction and then there are 4 steps. The first 2 steps focus on reading and listening and becoming familiar with the key phrases and skills. Steps 3 and 4 are the interactive parts. And here the focus is on speaking, pronunciation, and really using the key phrases and skills you focused on in the first 2 steps. As you go through the course, I highly recommend watching each video twice to really get used to using the key phrases. If you do this and go through all of the other course content actively and then start applying what you've learned to your business and private conversations, you'll start having more of those "wow, I can really do this" feelings. Another useful thing to know about the videos is that you can use the video settings to increase or decrease the speed. And you can also select full screen if you want. So what's next after studying the videos? The quiz exercises. You'll find them directly below the videos. And these are a really fun and practical way to review what you learned in the videos. There are 3 different types of quiz exercises. First of all, we have fill in the gaps. Now this one might be the most challenging one because you have to remember exactly the word or phrase that was used in the dialogue. The second type of quiz exercise is multiple choice. You have to choose the correct answer from 3 options. And then number 3, we have drag and drop. Here you have to decide which word or phrase goes in which position in the dialogue. And when you've completed all of the quiz exercises, Click here to find out your score. Next, we have the downloadable and printable study notes. The notes include all of the dialogues from the videos with clear explanations and additional phrases and tips for you to learn. And finally, there's an MP3 audio file so you can listen to all of the module content on the go. Listen in your car, on the bus, when you go jogging, or even at the gym. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and the look inside my course. Click on the link in the description if you want to find out more about the course. And if you want to practice making small talk with me, watch one of these interactive lessons next.